Sexual positions and genitalia. Tell me I'm not the only one that sees this, right? I know I'm a little bit more immature than the average guy. I like dick and fart jokes. But I don't even have to try with the names of the new Year 3 Iron Banner weapons. The Unbent Tree, the Proud Spire. Come on now, guys. What are they referencing? So in honor of those awesome names, let's make this episode fun. Down in the comment section below, give me your best innuendo, your sexual reference, your joke that you can using one of the Iron Banner Year 3 weapon names. Something along the lines of like, I'd love to shove my clever dragon into your distant star. Let's see what you guys can come up with. I'm pretty sure we can find some pretty interesting ones down below. So, Iron Banner Year 3 was, it hurt my soul a little bit. A little deep down, just started to erode. I love Iron Banner. It's my favorite part of the game, and this year was quite a disappointment for a few different reasons, and I felt like it warranted an entire video for itself. So, what's going on, guys? My name is Pawn. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe, stay tuned, and let's hit 500 likes. Let's go for it. You guys have been supporting the channel. It's so amazing. So keep it going, guys. I love you guys. So, let's talk about it. It's tainted, guys. Iron Banner was my favorite Destiny experience to date. I loved it because they were mildly challenging bounties available for the average person. Some of them, like the 10 streak, would be a little challenging, and over the course of a few hours, trying to knock out entire characters to rank 5, you would probably get it somewhere along the lines. I think is how assists did benefit you in that challenge. It was basically traditional controller clash, but there was more on the line, so people played it at a more competitive level. So things were more serious. You didn't see a lot of the trolly random stuff. You saw people trying to win. They didn't want the medallions. They wanted the gold. They wanted to rank. They wanted to scale. And because of that, people played their hearts out. And that's what I loved. I could take 5 friends in. We can work our asses off, and it felt rewarding when you got things done. This time around, I had all 3 of my characters to rank 5 within the first few hours of day 1. It wasn't one of those things where I wait till the weekend and then pump in a few hours and then get it, because that whole tempered thing and everything like that, a lot of those mechanics are gone or changed entirely. So it was one of those things that I could get on and I could seriously take characters from 0 to 5 3 times, and I think it took me under 7 hours for all 3 characters combined. And for an event that's supposed to last a week, that's kind of crazy. Now I know a lot of people, the average player in mind, is not going to pump in 7 hours straight, but 7 hours over the course of a week for a very special event is not a lot, even for the average player. I mean, 2-3 hours a day, even within the first 2 days, you're probably going to be right where I was. And that's not got a lot of meat on the bones. Seriously, that's over in no time. Once you have the first character done, then you start getting double experience. So even without the help of bounties, you're going to get to 5 like it's nothing. Now, the one thing they did good, and this was absolutely incredible, was the loot. The loot was phenomenal. Not only were the bounty packages great because you can get something that was not dropped from the actual loot table, but you got it 3 times, including 2 pieces for armor. And because these are all rewards from packages, you're not guaranteed god rolls. They're not set established rolls like Trials weapons are. So maybe you do come across that gun you're really looking for, the Clever Dragon or something, but it could be god-awful rolls, which means there's a reason to come back and play after that. After my first experience in Trials last week, I have no reason to play beyond that because I got all the loot that I wanted. So, you see what I'm saying? So that's always a cool thing. Not to mention the drops themselves from the rewards of completing a match were really high. I finished the first match, and there were tons of people getting loot and class items and guns and stuff, and I'm like, holy hell. And I was noticing that I feel like half the people that participated were getting legendaries every match. They were quite generous on the loot front. I gotta give them props and respect on that. That's something that I feel like Crucible should adopt. That's something that we desperately need for people to grind for god rolls, and I thought it was incredible. Now, pushing that aside, back on track. So not only were the scaling and the light grind and everything like that extremely easy with Iron Banner, the fact that you can knock out all the bounties in one day was kind of crazy. They really simplified the experience and made it more casual, and because of this, I was mildly disgusted. So, this wasn't about performing or doing well in the banner anymore. These were all participation bounties. Seriously, just get kills with specials, supers, grenades. Come on, you just play the fucking game and you're gonna do those things. So why even create bounties if you don't have anything to aim for? This was the most silly adjustment that I've ever seen to a game. This game is already on the border of too casual. There are too many cheesy ways for people to kill in one shot, too many broken mechanics in the game, unbalanced subclasses and other issues, And then, at the end, to cap it all off, we've got skill-based matchmaking, completely contradicting every method and flow of the game. We have a game that's extremely casual, then they throw skill-based matchmaking on top, which makes no sense. But then, they go ahead and change what was one of the more interesting and competitive environments to make it more casual. What the fuck? Why would you do this? So now bounties, super easy. Knock out in no time, help you scale your level. Then you're going to get your levels and your ranks done in day one. Super easy to do. So then all that's left is the base game. Those mechanics that I previously mentioned that are super simple. People running around with Juggernaut, Storm Trances everywhere. And then they chose and elected to have Supremacy as the game type of choice. This did nothing but highlight a lot of the major flaws of the game right now. Shotguns are overwhelming in base Crucible. They're everywhere. People are using them as primaries as they always have. But it's even more overwhelming now with the changes to sniper rifles. And sniper rifles and scout rifles were completely alienated from this because in Supremacy, yeah, you can get kills, but if you're not there to retrieve the crests, you're doing nothing to contribute to the teams. Almost any time that I tried to snipe in Supremacy, I was at the bottom of the scoreboard. If I swapped over to a shotgun, I was immediately at the top of the scoreboard. And creating that kind of bottleneck and forcing people to use a certain type of weapon just to kind of be able to contribute at all to their team was kind of nah. You know, I didn't feel that at all. So I think they really missed the mark on this. And not only was the game type terrible, one of the biggest things that I noticed was the lag. The lag was more of a problem in this Iron Banner than I have ever dealt with. I don't know if there was a single lobby that I dealt with that I was shooting people and shots were registering. I can't tell you what it is. And I played quite a few hours of Iron Banner. It wasn't just a one-night thing or a certain thing. I played almost every night for a couple hours. I grinded a lot because I love it. And I wanted to break this down and give you guys some raw feelings. There was something different. I don't know if skill-based matchmaking was a little heavier on the skill-based side and less on the connection side or what it was. I don't know how it impacted because some people didn't have the kind of lag I did. But there was something along the lines that made things really uncomfortable for quite a few people. So maybe you were part of it. Maybe you dealt with more lag. Maybe you saw what I saw because this was the worst experience I've ever had in Destiny. And it's a sad thing because it's my favorite thing to do in Destiny. It's my favorite activity to participate in. Iron Banner is my thing. It's one of the main reasons I even play the game. And I love the loot. I love what they did with the rewards, the activity, and everything like that. I hated the fact that they chose Supremacy. And I hated the lag. So not only was the experience terrible, but that and having nothing to grind for, like the changes to the bounties, there's no need to play for continuous hours to scale and get your rank 5 packages. It was just kind of over. You have a week-long event that I got knocked out in less than half a day. It's pretty bad. There's something that needs to change. And hopefully they understand this is criticism. This is passion speaking right now. I'm not bitching to bitch. That's not productive. That's not going to get anything done. But if enough of you guys feel the same way I do about the bounties, about how quick it was to scale, if there was no need to actually grind and play, then maybe our voices can be heard and they can improve upon this in the future. Maybe they can make some changes to Supremacy so that things like scout rifles, some long-range options, are more viable so it's not completely overwhelming with the amounts of shotguns and supers in the play. So the experience itself was a 0. The game type itself was a 0. None of this was pleasant for me as a player, as a big fan of Destiny Iron Banner. And that's just something I wanted to share with you guys. So let me know what you guys think down below. I had a lot of fun, I got a lot of great loot, and it kind of made it worth it at the end. But I can't see this being something that I'm going to want to come back to next time. I've already got a couple. I got my God Roll Clever Dragon, I got a God Roll Distant Star, which are the 2 best weapons to come from this. So why even play next time? That's a question that I had to ask myself. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a thumbs up. And remember to subscribe or I'm going to kick you right in your unbent tree, dude.